So I met Kelly because we both spoke at an event. And as I started to look through her social media and learn more about what she talks about, I was like, she's so interesting. I want to learn from her. So I'm so excited. I've got my pen ready to learn from her. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Kelly Sinclair is an AI strategist and a visibility coach. And so she helps entrepreneurs who want to get seen, but without having to totally rely on social media. And I love this. She calls herself an accidental tech nerd, but she builds AI powered visibility systems. And she has a thing called the brand calibrator, and the Valerie, the visibility auditor. And she really helps founders so that they can show up with more ease, show with more impact. I think all of us, Kelly, are in this. We're hearing about AI. We know it's part of where we're going, but maybe not feeling really confident in how to use this. And so when she had said I could do this 10-minute visibility habit, I thought we all need this. Who's got 10 minutes and we just want to show up consistently? So I'm super excited. I'm going to turn the screen over to you.
Thank you, Tara. I just want to make sure you're seeing like just the slide and not the whole behind the scenes presenter mode of my presentation.
Yes, we see your
Okay, cool.
slide.
There's like, you have 18, like we were talking about, 27 tabs open at one time. And also, I'm so glad to be going last because everybody's talks were so great this morning. And also, I feel like I'm just going to like pull together the themes of what we talked about today. And those were consistency and connection, right? So the consistency in the way that you're showing up and then connecting with actual people, because the topic of our conversation today is how to get clients without losing your mind. So I'm going to break down a little bit of the way I approach visibility and how I now use AI in that strategy as well. And the first thing that we need to talk about is actually sales. So we're talking about getting clients, we're talking about making money, we're talking about getting sales. But that's not the first step, right? So if we reverse engineer this, in order to get sales, you need leads. In order to have leads, you need to grow your audience. And in order to grow your audience, you need to be doing different things for visibility. And I will say right off the bat, because we've talked about a few different tactical things as a visibility strategist and brand coach for like 15 plus years now, I've never given anybody the same plan. It's going to be different for every business, for who you are, for the way that you like to show up. And so just so you know, I've also taken a lot of I'm the non social media girl. I'm like, let's not rely on social media as the core of our visibility strategy, and let's use other methods to actually get in front of people. So that's why I'm here today, talking to you, meeting you, and this is the way I like to do visibility for myself. So this is the overwhelm, right? Is that feeling like, okay, so I'm an entrepreneur now and I have to go out and start marketing myself and I have to be everywhere. Visibility means I got to show up on all these platforms, all these social media places, try and go to networking events, have 100 million coffee dates, do all the things. No, let's not. Let's be strategic. Let's be focused on, exactly like others were saying, where your actual clients are, because you have to show up in the right places where you can connect with the people who you're looking to serve. Here's what I think the issue is with visibility. There's this term that I'm coining called performative marketing. And that is when you do actions just to be seen to be doing something or to feel like you're doing something, right? This comes from the concept of performative productivity, which is like, oh, I better do something or else I'm not doing anything, right? So sometimes we feel like the need to do that is to just, oh, I didn't post on social media this week. I have to post more. I better do more things over there. And it's just really like in your head where that's coming from. So I want to break this down a little bit because there's a difference between what is performative, which is what kind of maybe looks like visibility, but what's strategic, which maybe actually is visibility. Like if you're here right now and you're connecting with other people and other people don't know about it, does it count? Yes, yes, it counts. I feel like so many times I'm having a conversation behind the scenes. I'm like booking a sponsor for something, and that wasn't done out in the open, right? So that's kind of what's happening here. So I'm not going to read through all of these, but give you a comparison side by side of like the difference here and a couple of things. If you come to an event like this and you're like passively attending and you're like, oh, okay, I did something, right? It feels like you did something because you've learned something, but how would you level that up? if you follow up with the host, if you follow up with the speakers, if you connect with other attendees, you're actually now creating relationships. And really, the key to building your business is to have relationships, communities, spaces like Hey Girl You Can, where you're meeting other people who can support you in your business journey, where you can collaborate with other people to get in front of more audiences of people who are the right fit for your clients. I love collaborations. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the specific tactical things that I like to do. So if you don't love social media like I don't, then we'll go there as well in a second. But I think that when you look at that list, sometimes you're like, oh, it's speaking, podcasting, doing personalized outreach. That feels like a heavier lift than doing something like social media. But what if you could actually make these strategic visibility moves with the same energy as posting on social, right? And this is where AI comes in for me. It's where we start going, okay, if it takes me 10 minutes, which it doesn't, to post a social media post, let's be honest, by the time you do that, it's 45 minutes because you've engaged and you've commented and you've, tried to prime the algorithm and then you got stuck in some scroll hole. It's 45 minutes. Okay. Let's let's just talk about for a second. I hear a lot of the time people are like, okay, but if I use AI, like, am I cheating? And I think Marcia said this. I don't know if it was before your talk, like before you got on. AI is here to support you, not replace you. It is just here to like amplify and allow you to do things faster so that you can take things across the finish line. And truly, the value that you provide as a person, as a business owner, does not come from how long it takes to do something. And so I just want to like create this guilt-free zone that ease creates space for more impact. When we lean on tools, like we have these tools now, they are not going away. AI is no longer a trend. Let's lean on this so that we can actually create the power and impact that you can with your business. You can help more people, you can serve more people, you can make your ripple go farther in the world. And we have tools that can help us with that now. However, the problem is generic AI. And so if we're using AI in ways that are like, oh, I'm not really liking the outputs, it's because AI is really only as good as the context that you give it. And so I just wanted to share, this is why I actually found that I created the brand calibrator, which is an AI tool that helps you train AI on your brand. And it pulls out your core messages, does a tone and voice analysis, connects with you on your values and beliefs, gets really clear about who you're speaking to, and even infuses the personality quirks and stories so that when you're actually using AI, it knows all of these things about you. Like, you need to have this. This is basically Brand Calibrator is an AI tool that goes back and forth with you, and it will produce like your brand DNA guide that you can then upload into your Chat GPT or whatever platform you use, custom GPTs if you're going down that road yet, and make sure that everything is coming out actually sounding like you. And the reason why this matters is because then you have the brand voice alignment. You can reduce your editing when it comes to AI outputs. It's got the lens of your business for brainstorming the strategy. So it's actually like thinking like you. It's like, oh, I know your business. I know that you are trying to reach this kind of group of people. This is why this makes sense or it doesn't. And so you can use it as a thought partner, right? And then everything that you're putting out is really helping you build trust through that authentic communication. And that's the goal. So I have a quick example of how I've used AI inside of one of my client programs. I built an onboarding bot that actually engages with my clients for me, collects all the information in a much more thorough way. And then I got all the information I needed in order to prepare them a visibility strategy, which I was able to then give them before they even got on the call. So in our first call together, we're actually having a way more detailed, nuanced conversation about what they should do for visibility for their own business, rather than like me doing that discovery manually, which is what I would do before. So I've trained AI to basically replicate the experience that I would create with a client, and it gives them an early win, and it allows us to go further faster and get them more excited, and also like just save more time on my end so I can support more clients in this way. And ultimately, what I really want you to take away is that visibility is a habit. So this whole idea of 10 minutes a day can be done by making yourself do it, take an action, right? It's actions, it's experiments, figuring out exactly what to do. And I have a gift, I dropped it in the chat as well, and I'll show you in a second, that actually will tell you exactly what to do. I've already pre-programmed it with like 35 things. And the other thing to remember is visibility is a long game. When you're doing things like podcasts and events and stuff like that, these take months to coordinate. And sometimes I like to play a game where I trace back, like, how did I get here? It's because I did this and because I met that person, because I went to that event and whatever, right? And you don't know that that's what's going to happen when you're doing it. So it's really kind of just a fun experience to go with, like, this could be the thing instead of like, I don't know what the thing should be. Like, just reframe yourself there. So, what I suggest everybody do is a 90-day visibility sprint. And this is your 10-minute a day visibility habit, because it takes about 90 days to actually build a habit. And I will tell you, I have been doing this for over 2 years. So it works. And here is just some of the results from my last quarter that I captured, because I feel like it's important to show that, you know, you're doing this regularly, and keeping track of it is part of the habit. So that's the whole idea of, like, sometimes we feel like we didn't do anything. And then if we actually had written it down, oh, I did 4 podcast interviews. I booked 2 more. I was in all these collaboration bundles. I hosted a bundle. I did an in-person speaking opportunity. I was going to show you this because I literally keep a desk calendar on my desk, and every day that I do something, I write it down. So this week on Tuesday, I actually did 3 things. I recorded a podcast, I reached out to an event I wanted to speak at, and I had a networking call with a colleague that I haven't seen in a while. So these are the kinds of things that move the needle forward, because they help you build relationships and create opportunities. So, like, tactically speaking, you don't see social media on this list. I don't capture that because that's not as strategic for me. I look at social media as the nurturing space. So when people find me in a place like this, you might come and connect with me there and see things that I'm doing that I'm just talking about and leveraging social media for. So my gift for you is the 90-day visibility sprint starter kit, which has a digital planner full of 30 strategic visibility moves that you can do in less than 10 minutes a day, a printable tracker, and an AI tool that will literally walk you through it. So if you, when you go in there and you click on Sarah, Sarah's going to be like, hey, how are you feeling today? You low energy? Got lots of energy, big goals you want to reach for? Or here's a link. So I'll pop to that. You want to go big, or do you want to, like, low hanging fruit today? Like, let's just talk about what you can do that's easy, what you can do that might feel like more of a reach. And the fact of the matter is that you build the momentum by taking the action, not by sitting around and thinking about it, by actually doing something. So that really just kind of circles back to what others were saying about consistency and taking action and creating connection. So yeah, I would love to stay in touch. Please reach out. I also have a podcast called Entrepreneur School. If you like this fire hose style of training, that's how I roll.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and stop our recording.